These people are masters of their craft. Try not to be satisfied. I don't know what job this is, but that doesn't matter. I'll bet this girl is the very best in the world. If you ever need someone to put loads of socks onto metal feet in the shortest time possible, she's definitely who you want to call. This chef has mastered the noodle making technique, and his accuracy is seriously impressive. Now I want to see how he gets them off that stick again. You would probably never think that fixing cracks in a road would be so calming. Makes you wish you had half an hour of this footage. Huge city squares aren't the easiest to clean, but these guys have mastered the use of a broom. It's like watching a sorcerer work. You'll never see anyone else capable of manipulating water that way. Watch this woman as she pours tea in the most amazing way possible. It's a good thing she has such a good aim at a height like that. She is working with boiling liquid after all. We've all sliced a cucumber, so you think it's pretty simple, but anything can become difficult in the hands of a master. Just look how thin the slices are. You'd never guess that so much was happening under his hand. You don't have to pay loads of money to have a turn on a tourist attraction. Just get a job coiling wires like these people. It's way more terrifying than any ride, and it is genuinely dangerous. Good thing for safety harnesses though. There are tools for everything these days, and that's great because it means we get videos like this. It's as simple as shaving down a roughly plastered wall, but seeing the plaster smoothing out is just so satisfying. Still, I'll bet it's not as easy as it looks. Before you ask, I don't know what this is either, but I do know one thing for sure. I could watch this person doing it for hours. It's just so beautiful. The twirling blades, the green grass-like plants, and the skills on display. There's no better feeling than thinking you have a whole lot of work to do and realizing you don't have to do it. That's exactly what's going on here. Now they don't have to spend all day pushing that pipe into the hole.
Cool.
Sometimes things don't look that dirty until you start cleaning them, but we all know the satisfaction when something comes out looking shiny and new. It's even better when it's done in perfect lines. These people obviously have some tricks up their sleeves. I always figured floors were painted with rollers on broomsticks. I was wrong. It looks like it takes a lot more skill to apply paint to a floor, and this guy's really good at it. Just look how smooth his movements are. Bartenders live the best life. They get jobs in beautiful places. They get to spend all night in a bar and they get paid well. But you can see why they're treated like gold. Nothing about this looks easy. How do you get the perfect shape on a Christmas tree? This guy has a wild approach that involves a blade in each hand, and he clearly knows how to use them. I can't help but think he's the only person who's ever used this technique. There are many ways to transport building materials. Most of those methods don't require much skill, but this isn't quite as easy as using a wheelbarrow. These men need skills and strength to be able to transport stacks of bricks using only their heads. This clip gives a whole new meaning to the term moving house. I'm not sure what setup they're using to make this possible, and I don't know why the house isn't falling apart, but you've got to admit, it's pretty impressive. This is one of the most impressive things you'll ever see. He isn't making lightsabers. That's molten iron he's welding like it's no big deal. All he needs is a special pair of tongs, and he's capable of moving that rod of lava any way he wishes. Touchscreens were put into restaurants to increase productivity, but I don't think anyone expected it to speed things up as much as this. If you want your restaurant to run at this speed, you'll need to hire this woman. I bet you never thought there was a skill involved in cutting toilet rolls, but there are real workers who still do this by hand, and they're really good at their job. It's not so easy to actually get a boomerang to come back to you. It's much harder when your boomerang is made of pizza dough. I've never seen anyone else throw pizza this way, but you can tell he's confident. Just imagine his pizza dough bill if it never came back. If soap packing was an Olympic sport, this girl would have gold for sure. Watch closely and you'll see that she's packing an entire crate in just 10 seconds. Not a single one is getting past her. If you think you're pretty good at peeling vegetables, you're about to be disappointed. Nobody is faster than this girl. Even if you do have a drill somewhere, don't try this at home. There's no way your vegetables will come out looking as good as hers. In the modern world, we don't need to find a mythical goose if we want a golden egg. Instead, just visit this place. They create more golden eggs than you could ever need. This man's a pizza cutting pro. He doesn't just cut and box them with ease, he does it with more style than you could ever imagine. How can someone get successful selling Slinkies when they're so boring? By making them look cool, of course. These guys are clearly expert salesmen. They can do things with those Slinkies you'd never think were possible.
Cool.
Gardeners could take a couple tips from this guy. You'll never see a more perfectly trimmed hedge, and he's applied that perfection to so many hedges on those hills. You could spend weeks laying bricks for a road, or you could use this clever her device. It's like a brick stamp. They just roll it over the wet cement and voila, you have a brick road. It's not only fast, it's also really fun to watch. The most boring part of catering is the bit where you have to stack chairs on tables, but not if this man's doing it. He's probably doing whole tables in the time it takes his colleagues to do 5 chairs. We've all eaten rock candy, but not many of us have seen it being made. That's a shame because it's seriously impressive. Watch how quick this person can cut their straws of candy to size. You can barely see their hand moving. Many things need to be stripped down to get to the good bit. This guy's taken that job to the next level. He makes it look effortless when he pulls those leaves off, and his knife skills are excellent. You might think something as simple as painting a gate couldn't be entertaining, but you've never seen it done like this. These men have a unique method that seems to involve a bath full of powdered paint. At least that's what it looks like. Ever wondered how blueberries are harvested? It looks like they're collected with a special blueberry comb. They just comb the plants and it collects the berries like a scoop. I didn't see that one coming. Packing trucks isn't just about heavy lifting. This worker proves that it needs a lot of precision too. He doesn't miss a single bag as it comes down the chute. Formula One has so many fans, but I'll bet nobody watching on TV ever wonders how they get those shots. This is how. This woman has a pretty unique job. She's there to scoop up dried shrimp. This could have taken days when you see how much there is, but she's clearly done this before. No job is difficult when you know what you're doing. Ever wondered how those different shapes get painted onto roads? This is how. If you thought they used a stencil, now's the time to apologize. It actually takes some serious skill. Moving can be a nightmare when you live in an apartment. Like me, you'll be wishing you'd seen this clip a couple years earlier. It's a unique solution to the problem, but it looks like it works like a dream. Roller skating waiters were pretty popular once upon a time, but these days you almost never see them. Watching these guys, I can understand why it died out. It takes a lot of skill. Skills that even great waiters don't have. Having a hand as steady as this isn't common. Most people would create some disappointingly interesting shapes if they went near a fence with that saw. Harvesting fruit and veg can be a pretty tough job, and these workers have mastered it. They work perfectly in sync, like a well-oiled machine. It only works because they can rely on this man to catch the heavy buckets. It's the very definition of heavy lifting. If you've ever separated an egg, you'll know that egg yolks don't like to cooperate with us. So this person must be some kind of egg whisperer. It's like watching a magic trick. There aren't many workers who can keep up with their robot counterparts, but this man is fast enough to keep up with anything. He looks so relaxed that you can't help but wonder if he can go even faster. Some machines seem like they were designed to make satisfying videos. This cutter must have a different purpose. It's probably made to cut the edges of boxes or something, but we're all interested in how calming it is to watch. Trimming plants can go very wrong very quickly. This man is a master though. Not only can he cut down a bush in just a couple of seconds, but he can also do it with any tool. Exactly how fast can people package bread? Faster than you think. These people work together to count the flatbread and put them in packets, and they do it in the most efficient way possible. None of our quick cleaning tricks stand a chance against this guy's genius method. Sure, it's pure luck that the table spins, but it takes an alert mind to spot the possibilities. Plus, it's always helpful to have someone cheering you on too.
Yeah, boy.